Hi, this is Billie Beene here with another segment of Truth by Billie Beene Special Report, episode 433. Today's date, October 12, 2022. This is a new YouTube channel for me. I have a subscribe button in the lower right corner of my screen. Thanks for like, subscribe, and share. World War III, nuke on the table. NATO prep to invade Belarus. That's according to the Pentagon. And subs off the U.S. West Coast. Whose? So let's get to it. Some of my sources are God in the Bible, Patriot Subscriber, BPEarthwatch, Israeli News Live, ETN News, Issues That Matter with Cynthia, a website, Asian Markets, Steepwell, Hal Turner, Zero Hedge, TFI Global Plus. And I'd like to say welcome back to all 50 states, including Alaska, Hawaii, the First Nations, 62 nations, including the newest, South Korea, Sri Lanka, and others. And we say welcome. So let's get started. Okay, Israeli News Live, Stephen Benoon, formerly with the CIA, now has a ministry, regularly gets updates from the Pentagon, is getting this information from the Pentagon. So, we know there are white hats and black hats. Okay, Pentagon. There is real talk at the Pentagon for NATO, the shadow U.S., to use a tactical nuke. And as I said in an earlier video, I don't believe radioactive nukes are going to be used, but something comparable and destructive force. A tactical small nuke could kill thousands. So there's real talk. This is coming from the Pentagon for the NATO, including U.S., to invade Belarus and use something comparable to a tactical nuke, which would kill thousands. That's right now on the table. And this is in response, of course, to Russia retaliating for the attack on the Russian bridge between Russia and Crimea. That happened October 9. And then October 10 and 11, Russia bombed Ukraine, all over Ukraine, taking out infrastructure and commanding and control locations. Plus, we understand location, troop barracks near Zaporizhzhia that had 5,000. Now we believe it was Polish military inside Ukraine that were prepping for an invasion of either Russia or Belarus. And now this information is coming out from Stephen. Okay. And from Redacted, October 6th, confirmation came out that early in the Ukraine situation, the JB had signed paperwork authorizing U.S. military, and we know Dr. William Mount, ex-military, previous ambassador to Ukraine, had said early in March that there were 10,000 U.S. military advisors inside Ukraine. But then it later came out that the HIMARS that were being fired inside Ukraine were being fired by U.S. troops because the U.S. military would not give the software codes to Ukraine or other nations to operate the HIMARS. All right. So, now, and also from the Pentagon is very soon China is going to invade Taiwan. So we have multiple military situations going on. Now from ETN News, this came out this morning that off of, here's our West Coast, California, going down into Mexico. ETN could, here's Hawaii, somewhere in this area. multiple locations that ETN believes are subs. So we don't know whose, but we had information recently. I think that came from Mike from around the world, that on the West Coast, if there were subs, they would be Chinese. So that's going on, and it's being documented. So now we have this coming out from Hal Turner, that Finland. Let's get a map going. Here we have Ukraine, Luhansk, Donetsk, Kherson, Zaporizhzhia. These areas are now part of Russia, formerly. And we have Russia, we had that bridge that was right here. And we recall we had that N1, N2 pipeline that was blown up recently. That was another terrorist act, actually. As was the bridge. Now, we have this. Here's Belarus up here. And we know on the night of October 9 that Russia sent in 20,000 Russian troops. Now, we had earlier information that early in October is when Russia had been sending here by train heavy material that had been planned. So there was a plan in place. Now we have up here, we have Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Kaliningrad, an enclave of Russia. We have up here, we had Finland, we had Sweden, we had Norway. Now, there had been some talk when Lithuania said to Russia, you can't ship goods through Lithuania to Kaliningrad. You're going to have to bring it through the ocean. And we know that then there were also NATO ships here, so we could see a setup. But at some point in time, Estonia and Finland said, oh, we're going to get long-range missiles and we're going to destroy Russian ships. Well, now, Finland is backing away from membership in NATO, and they're advising their people to buy radiation iodine pills. And Estonia is also backing away. Yeah, we don't... TFI Global, Finland is backing away from NATO membership. So that's going on. And now we have this from Asian markets. There had been a report that an investigator of the N1, N2 pipeline explosions had suddenly passed away at his home from a bee sting and been immediately cremated. But Asian Markets is coming out with this on behalf of Eric Olson, who was a marine researcher and involved in the investigation of the pipeline explosion, saying no, his name had been confused with another individual who was from Sweden. So he says, I'm alive, I'm doing fine. Okay, now we have some serious economic things going on, and that economic crashing that's going on all over the earth is also playing into this desperation by the deep state for World War III. Okay, we have Zero Hedge reporting that shipping is down 75%, and that correlates to information that came out recently from Judy Byington and other, Hal Turner, I believe, that Walmart in August had canceled billions of dollars of orders, as had other major retailers, Kohl's, Target, and shipping was also down. And so we see that going on, and it's strange. This is the beginning of the holiday season, and I noticed the sales on TV and on the internet. In my local Walmart, I was shocked. Yeah, toys, 50% off, and they have a lot of toys out there. So obviously the retailers have been clued in. Something's coming. You need to get rid of that inventory, mark it down, get it off the shelves. I see that it's happening. All right. BPEarthwatch went on Pastor Paul Begley's Sunday night show. BP was alarmed by the economy, nosedive, and now he's coming out October 11. Yeah, the stock market is going down, but we know, those of us who are anticipating Nasara Jasara quantum financial system coming online globally, gold-backed, not fiat currency, we understand that the stock market is going to crash. And it's going down, and there have been also cycles. BP subscribes to cycles, as does Bull Pony, a doctor turned economist who uses Bible cycles. So that's going on. And BP is reporting this. The Bank of England today is saying you have 3 days to sell all your stocks to Black Friday. So that's going on. Now, we had this Issues That Matter. She interviewed two economists, Paul Gallagher and Dennis Speed, and they're all talking about JB and OPEC. And JB, we understand, asked OPEC for cuts just until after the midterms. But many sources are saying there aren't going to be any midterms. Now we understand that Europe is going to be paying 4 times the price for LNG. And we understand that England is now telling us people be prepared for 3 hours a day without electricity. We understand from Israeli News Live that European countries understand that they're not going to have enough energy to warm their homes, and they're now trying to buy extra clothes. Now this from ShariRaye. Nasara Jassar is online. When that comes about, those on Social Security or government payments will have their income increased to $5,000 per month and receive every dollar paid into IRS, the med bed. So, yeah, there's good things coming, but we need to remain steady and continue to pray. And remember, God is in charge and He is on the move. And we had that recently from Prophet Dutch Sheets and his brother, Tim Sheets, that God was sending His seraphim angels down to help us in this battle against evil. I love you, and I'll see you soon.